Hello, and welcome to Team L's presentation of the Improved Educational Portal by Frank Lebecq, Matthew Ames, Stephen Carniato, and Terry Turner.
This is a demo of the latest UI prototype. This is the main landing page. As you can see, we removed some of the menus on the left side and placed them up top in a central location. That's to not confuse the user. The main page still has the popular subject area, new, popular, and recommended videos. And from there, we can go to the library page. Library page has a list of all the subjects available. So art, math, physics, chem, it's going to have all the subjects. And under that, we have specific topics like calculus. And user can click on that. And then under calculus, they'll have a list of the different topics. Under those topics, it'll be like derivatives, chain rules, basically anything that the user's searching for. And I'll have a list of videos under those topics, like the number of videos. So from there, we can click on the topics and it will bring up a result of the videos uploaded under that topic. And as we can see, it'll have the person that uploaded it, the likes, the views, the upload date, and a playlist if that person added it to a playlist. I have an image, thumbnail, a brief description, and then a title of the video. And from there, they can just click on that and it'll bring them to the video page where they can view the video. It still has the tag and the subject and the information regarding what the video is about, a questions and comment section for the video, and a playlist area. So if it's in a playlist, it'll add the playlist to the queue of upcoming videos. Then from there, we can go back. We also added a breadcrumb, so the user can go back to their history without going all the way up at the top and going back through the library and going through their choices again. And that's the library section. And let's go to the question section. Basically, when they click on questions, it'll bring up a list of the latest questions. It has categorized by views, answers, likes, when they were created, and the author. So I'll have a brief description, and then I'll have the title for the question. You can click on that, and it'll bring up the question answer page. So there I'll have the question at the top, a little short description, and then replies to the question. And users can also rate the replies and the question. And at the bottom, it has an area for you to reply to the post. And then if this bar up here, if you want to search for a specific question, you can type in the question and then hit the search button, and it'll bring up a list of questions relating to your search criteria. And basically we typed in calculus, so it brought up a list of questions relating to calculus. And then from there you can also just click on the question and you'll be brought to it. And that's the questions page. Then we have the articles section which we added. It's a basically if a user wanted to upload a document about, let's say, finding the derivative of a function, they could create that article, upload it, tag it, and then people could view that article, rate it, and save it. So basically, in the article section, we have the views, category, like whether it's art, history, math, likes, date created, and the author, and also filters to filter the search results. And so you can click on an article and it'll bring you to the article page with a short description and tags up at the top, date created, likes for users to like it, the name, the article, and a questions and comment area at the bottom. You can also search articles up at the top, like math, and it'll bring up anything tagged with math or relating to that search criteria. So here we got results from math, from specific calculus, and from there you can click on it and view the article. We also have a people area where you can search for specific users. You click on people, it'll bring up a list alphabetically of the current users, views, their institution, likes, the user type, and their major. So you can click on here, view the users, and it'll bring you to their public profile, which displays basically video, articles, and playlists that the user has created. Information about the user, and a brief description if they put one up, and a picture. And you can also search for people up here. So you can search for John, and it'll bring up a list of all users relating to John. And then from there, it's the same. You can click on it and view their public profile. And then we changed the login for my profile. So once you log in, it's like Hello John has a name up there for the person, has an area where you can change the institution, your major, update your information, a notification area for videos and posts, replies, a brief description for you, an area where you can upload your photo, and an area where you can manage your videos, playlists, your articles, and questions and answers. And then so from there, let's log out, and we also changed the ability of the search bar to search all, which basically you can search for John Calculus, and then you search that, and it'll bring up everything in relating to John and Calculus in videos, questions, and articles, and people. So it'll bring up a culminated list of all the categories and topics. And so you have videos in relating to calculus, which you can go check. And you also have questions relating to John. He answered something about it. And then you have basically articles, people, playlists, and videos. And the only other thing that we changed was we created a forgot password page for the user. So basically if they forget their password, they'll be able to come here, put in their email address, and we'll send them a temp password. And also for new users, we just modified the register page. Basically from here you can put in the username, your email address, and the password, and then you submit it, and you'll be able to log in and manage your items from there.
So at this point, we've completed our second iteration, then completed the second prototype. A lot of it was based on general feedback that we received from friends, family, or co-workers. One of the things was to make the menus constant and consistent. So you can see that we changed those in the as Terry showed in the UI. Also to add more page depth, at that point that's where we added the article pages and the people pages. Here's just a general list of the design changes we made based on user feedback. We added the user password reset, the additional article pages, people pages, improved the menus on the landing page to simplify it, the search bar category filter, and just general other improvements that made the UI cleaner and a more in-depth process. Here you can see some examples of our architectural design, which is currently in progress. Here we have the post notification class diagram, which would be implemented in any of the discussion board phases in the videos or based on the articles. Somebody posts a question. This would basically be how the observers are notified when there's a change. You can also see the observer state chart in the lower right corner that kind of shows the process. Here's some snippets from our architectural prototype, which is almost complete. It basically covered the post notification and how it handles the replies and how it lets the users know when they've had a post that's been replied to. The main post notifier class over here on the left hand side is probably the biggest part. We have a couple of interfaces, and then you can see the user class on the right hand side in the middle implements the observer class, and then the user could further be divided into student, faculty, staff, super user, etc. We used a lot of techniques based on the UCD process. We created task charts, personas, use cases, scenarios, wireframes, and prototypes. Being 100% honest, we found the use cases and the wireframes and prototypes to be the most useful. The personas were sort of useful, but for the most part, a lot of the UCD process items were actually made the process seem a little bit awkward, maybe even a little bit difficult in certain areas. We did our best to use them all in the iteration process, try to learn new things, and I suspect as we move forward, they would probably become a little bit easier to navigate. Again, as I said before, we followed the iteration process. We used the feedback from various folks to improve our design. Kind of like I said before, most of the techniques felt a little bit clumsy, but we did try to use them and implement them. We believe that at some point, as we moved forward, there would be some design changes as we go forward with implementation. I think that's pretty standard. I think it'd be very difficult to get everything right up front. But I think for the most part, it would stay the same. As we worked with our architectural design, I felt like it was kind of a natural extension, and it was pretty easy to move into the class diagrams and creating the prototype code. We're currently on schedule. We're finishing up with our final iterations. At this point, time management and design are really the only risks remaining. Although, again, as we're on schedule and we're coming to the deadline here, I think we're pretty much set. I think if we were going forward with this project, it would be pretty easy to implement. I don't think there would be too many challenges that we faced. I think it's already laid out pretty well, and hopefully, if we move forward on it, we wouldn't have any further issues.